Lego. What's that
Hi.
song? I'm
Oh, we
standing
got
and need you in the morning.
Repat No
See,
Cap.
see, y'all don't need
Repat.
no other body.
Right. Oh. That's the
We here for
song.
y'all.
Look,
That's
you
the
know how
cat.
much we love Burning Boy. We need to play Burning Boy in the background, but they're gonna copyright
I
it.
know. We should. We should.
Right.
We early today. Damas y caballeros, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, we're early, guys.
Live.
Come in. Welcome.
You ready? Wake up, wipe the crust out your eyes.
I didn't realize how much LA was so off, was so different from our time zone. Because
Dude,
right now in
I got an
Oklahoma and Atlanta,
email. Uh-huh.
huh?
Go
You said
ahead, go
what?
ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say right now, what in Oklahoma and Atlanta is like, it's probably like 3 right now, anywhere between 2 and 4.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
that's
2 and
not
3.
far. But like LA, it's like morning time. Oh, we got 5
Right.
people in the house. What's
Hey
up, y'all?
guys.
Hit, hit that like for me. Y'all don't know. Y'all don't know what y'all in store for, but it's gonna be good
Yes.
today.
Yes, this is going to be
Um,
so good. Hey,
hey,
what's up,
hey.
princess?
Hey, Princess April. I remember Princess April.
Really? Thank you for
Um,
coming back, y'all. We're happy to see y'all.
yes, we are, and I don't hear no echo, so we good.
Yes, I'm on my cell phone, so nobody better call me today.
Don't nobody better. But you look cute. Where you
Thank
going?
you. Got a little hairstyle and stuff. So yes, I'm going to a day party in like 40 minutes to an hour after the show. It's a
Fun,
day
fun.
party here in Zakar. So
Hmm.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, I got an email from somebody in Hawaii
Mm.
uh that wanted to do the one a consultation, and I was like trying to coordinate the time. I did not know Hawaii is like 10 hours behind us here.
Oh.
It's
Oh,
like
really?
Asia or something. Yeah, I was trying to
Oh.
coordinate. They were like, we're 10 hours. So I'm like, dang, it's 9 in the morning, and over there it's 11 at night or something. I'm
It's
like, that's
yesterday,
crazy.
right? Like,
I did not know. The world is big.
right? Yeah, I feel like with us experiencing more doing these consultations and everything, we're gonna really get the time difference down because everybody is outside of here. Mostly
Hmm.
we barely talk to people that are in other African countries
I'm
that
trying
want
to
to
see
come
if I
here.
should turn the light on or not. This is very no cap, you guys, but
Yes.
I think I'm okay.
Yeah, that's
Sun is
good.
out. Okay. But how was your repat week, my
My
dear?
that week was pretty good. My week has been laid back. What are we on? Have I been here for 2 weeks now? Have I
Yeah, I
been
think
back?
so.
Yeah, so it's getting better. Last week I was going to bed at like 6 a.m. Now it's like 2-ish. So
Okay. That's normal. That's your normal time.
no, okay. See, look, that's how I know you know me. I've changed. this this 2022 year, I have really. That's why I'm so mad about it because I was on your time, sis. I was getting up at 7, 6 and
Oh
7, like an
wow.
adult,
Oh my
adulting.
goodness.
Yeah, so I'll be back.
Mm.
I feel like by next week. And then I forgot that when I was traveling to the States, I had bought these like sleep gummies, and I didn't
Oh,
take any of them. So I just found them today. So I was like, okay, yeah, I'm
mm,
taking these tonight so I can take my ass to sleep. Get on schedule.
mm. Good for you. Good for you.
Yes, yes. So what about your week?
It's been jam packed. So like
Mm.
we got somebody staying in the Airbnb this week, which
Yes.
I did not know until the day before they came. It was like we were scrambling, like, okay, let's make sure it's clean and nice and whatever. But
Right.
she's hella cool, and so she's been having a good time. I might have to send her your way. I think she's gonna go around the country, like in different parts.
Oh.
So, but she's real cool. Somebody else dropped by yesterday, so it was like two future potential repats in the house, chopping it
Oh.
up with us yesterday, and
The
so
migration is taking place. It will not be
it,
televised. It's going to be on the show. That's where the
they
migration is going to be at on YouTube,
is right up in here.
right here.
So it was cool. Like Senegal, everything just flow. You be want to do something
Yes.
else, and then somebody just come over, and then somebody. So, but it actually worked out cool. So they were nice people, good people to meet, connect with. I got a Senegalese girlfriend,
Nice.
which
Look, I get
I
so excited
never.
when I have Senegalese friends that are girls, right? You
Yes,
know?
because I got homeboys, but like I never,
Right.
and then Amadeus homeboys, but it's like I never thought that
I got
I would
one
be able
Senegalese
to.
homegirl too. Yeah.
Yeah. So like this one, okay. So like I know there's people that grew up abroad or whatever, and I thought, okay,
Mhm.
I could relate to them. They grew up
Right.
in France or America, but like she grew up here, but like she has travel and she do travel. So
Mm.
she's in the group I'm in down here, and she speak a little English, so I can speak French,
Oh.
but I can speak English to her when I get tired of French. So
Yeah.
she's like, she's my neighbor actually. She came to my birthday party,
Oh,
and
dope. Oh, okay.
she hit me up the other day and was like, "Where do you work out at?" And I was like, "At home." She's like, "You want to go walking?" So we walk in the mornings, and she be getting it, and I'm thinking like, most of the people work out as guys, because even here we
Oh,
got guys that jog. A couple of guys jog down the street over here, but
mm.
like we be jogging. Why dudes be honking at us all the time? Like, and she gets so shy. She's probably like in her late 40s, and she's like, "Oh, like I don't talk to them," and I'll be like, "Hey, come on, you want to work out?" Because they just be playing, but they be like,
Right.
like come train me, like hitting on us
Yeah.
and stuff. She just ignores. She's so like timid and stuff, but it's cool because she's like the other side of the culture that I don't really get an insight
Yep.
to
Yep.
because there's so much distance as far as culture and stuff. But
Hmm.
she lived in France before. She's been to the States before. Like her brother lived there, and so she's like more open. And so, but she teach me all the real stuff. So I'm like, cool. I
Right.
got a Senegalese friend. I never thought that was happening.
Yes. Girl, I know how you feel because that's how I feel. I
Hey,
got one. Like I have other African friends. I got friends from Cameroon. Seems like all my homegirls are from Cameroon. Do I even have any ones that are? I think my other African friends from another country. I can't remember, like Sierra Leone. But yeah, I know how
yeah.
you feel. I'm like, yes, I got a Senegalese
Because all
homegirl.
the expats be hanging together. Yeah, yeah,
Right,
yeah.
right. Hey,
Greetings.
what's up? What's
What
up,
up, bro?
Mosey?
Yeah, so the week was good. People are
Yes.
building everywhere over here. Like I be driving like, oh, um, we got two neighbors building, at least they building a fence. So that means they getting
Oh,
started.
oh,
So
really?
Amadou was yeah, Amadou was supervising for them, like while they're abroad and stuff. But he was watching them their fences. So every time I drive Yaya to school, I'm like, oh, a new bricks over there. Like yes, I want some neighbors.
Yes. What are y'all neighbors?
So
Do you know if they're like from America? If they where they from?
well, the ones that we helped buy land are from America. Some of them
Mm-hmm.
are Senegalese Americans, but
Mm-hmm.
they're from America. They might, and some of them are Haitian Americans too, and then
Okay. Dope.
just Black Americans. But everybody Black is about I want to say like 15 people probably that we've
Really?
personally like yeah. But I'm sure
Mm.
other people have bought too that we don't know, on
You
their
just
own.
don't know them.
So I
Yeah.
don't know. But yeah,
Oh
like
my God, that's
it
gonna
may
be
be one
amazing
or
to
one or
see.
two. Yeah, one or two from Dakar. Amadou's cousin from Dakar just bought down
Mm.
here. He's like, I'm starting now. Like, I'm building my little chicken farm and like move down here. And like, my kids are going to school next school year down here. I'm like, y'all ready? Like, they were
Yes.
serious.
That
So
is so dope.
it's real exciting to see the change. But
Yes. Just wait till like
yeah,
5 years from now, 10 years, it's gonna be so like different. Like it's gonna look so different in your
yes.
neighborhood. It's gonna be
Yes,
dope.
and we're gonna have the Jamaicans and the Haitians and whoever all expats. We be making our little cookouts and
Yes.
stuff.
Yes.
It's gonna be so dope.
We're gonna be
It's gonna
right
be so
there.
dope.
Okay.
Yeah.
Period. Hey, Maria. Is it Maria? I can't see. Yeah. Hey,
Hello,
girl.
beautiful. I should say we're beautiful. Hi, in
Oh,
Florida.
thank
What part
you.
of what part of Florida are you in? Like Pensacola or Orlando? Uh,
Miami.
yeah, Miami,
That's all
South
right.
Beach. Come on, yeah.
Oh,
But
bless
other than
you.
that, man, it's been kind of an emotional week. I wanted to talk to you about it, but you know how we promised not to talk to each other
Yes.
until the show. Orlando,
Yes.
okay,
Okay, Orlando in the house.
magic.
Yes, do
But yeah,
share.
like
What is going on?
I wanted to talk to you about it because I was kind of like I felt like I kind of needed a therapy session actually because I was feeling. Remember we had the show last week, and it was when we found out what happened in Buffalo,
Right.
like a few minutes before we went on, and
Mm-hmm.
then we was on, and then somebody told us about what was it Laguna Beach or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so like that day I was cool. But like,
Mm-hmm.
and we did the show. The show was fun and everything. But then, like as the week went on, I don't watch the news because I don't want to watch. I don't want to be traumatized. I don't want to know.
Right.
But if you on IG, you see some stuff, and like I see people talking about it, and so then that kind of I think the news cycle over there is addicting. Like it make you want to know, like the
Mm-hmm.
court case or the this. Like you want to find out more. Like I don't know. They like delve into it. What was the person's past? What was this that caused it? Like they do all this stuff, but I feel like it's just for entertainment. Like they're really just tormenting us.
Yeah.
But I got a little sucked in and I watched a couple of shows just to see what people were saying about it. And I checked in with my mom and I checked in with people to see how they doing because I don't know what the energy is like. And I just was like disappointed because it feels like a broken record all the time. And being over here, like the stuff that be happening hurts my feelings because it hurts my feelings for the people that's still there, you
Mm-hmm.
know? And then you had mentioned what happened at the club you was at just before you came back.
Yes, I gotta admit, I didn't even. That must have been after the show, right? Yeah, because I didn't find that out. That happened the next weekend. Yeah,
Yeah.
like that right there was like, because I could have went back to the States that week. Like I had, I could have just waited to, the baby wasn't due until, well, the baby did end up coming, so it was perfect. But I mean, I could have waited the next weekend, which was an option. And my homegirl works at that. It's like the thing that's funny. It's called the Love Lounge. So it's a real laid back place. Like you play games. Like it's actually not like a club. They just have like a
Wow.
dance floor there. So I most definitely would have been there. My homegirl was like, they were shooting in the parking lot that we were at. And I was just like, oh my God. If that would have happened while I was there, I would have needed a therapist because I already am getting all this trauma out, from all those years there. And then coming back just finally one time when I said I would never go back. So yeah, that right there was like, oh my God. It's like I barely
Tell
missed
the
it.
people, tell the people what happened. You was at a club
Yeah.
and you live on Facebook. You had a video or
Yeah,
something
yeah,
and we
yeah.
was seeing you dancing.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. So I had posted the video right after I came back, like a few days when I came back. So everybody seen the video of me dancing at the spot. And then the following weekend, it was shot up. Like it was like a major shootout. It wasn't even like one or two people. It was like a freaking war zone situation. And
Yeah.
it was at the exact same spot. And my homegirl sent it to me and she was like, this is the place that we were at last weekend. And she was like, this is the parking lot that we were chilling at right across the street from the place. And I was just like, oh my God, what the hell? This is that trauma that I can't do. Like, this is why when I was there, I
Hmm.
was just like,
Hmm.
like, yeah,
Yeah.
that was crazy.
So I just feel like all that was kind of weighing on me because, people do what they have to do to survive. And I get it. Like, they're like, well, I'm just thankful that it didn't happen to nobody I know. I'm just thankful it didn't happen to nobody close to me. And I'm just
That's
thankful.
horrible. That's selfish as hell.
And yeah, and it's like, well, not that I'm insensitive and I don't care about the other people, but it's like, I get it. You can't care too much because if you care too much, you're like mentally,
Yeah.
and so I get it. But it's like one person was like, I'm not insensitive like how, Caucasian people are. Like that's them, that's, over there. But at the same time, like I can only take so much. So it's like I just be thankful for, it's not me, not in a selfish way. But I'm like, it kind of is, but I get it. You can't care so much if you feel like you can't do anything. And
Mm-hmm.
so I watched a live. There's a YouTuber in Ghana, the African superstar. I don't know if
Mm-hmm.
you probably seen her videos
Mm-hmm.
before,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah.
she do lives all the time, and she was just like, you gotta fight or flight. Like you don't have no choice.
Right.
And what? And so when I seen people talking about it, I'm just like, where's their head at? Like people are saying, oh, the legend. There's this guy, consciously. I think he's from Oklahoma. I don't
Mm-mm.
know. But anyway,
Mm-mm.
it's this guy on IG. He's a teacher, but he's like a really smart dude. He be debating people all the time. But
Mm-hmm.
he was just like people were saying, the laws got to change and the legislator and they got to do something in Biden. And I'm just like, huh? Like, okay. See, okay. So it's not just me. Like,
No, I'm so over that conversation. I've been over it for like 10 years, like Mike Brown ago. Like,
thank you, man. It's like
yeah.
well, we can say hi to the people in the chat real
Okay,
quick
okay.
and keep going. But
Okay.
yeah.
Hey, from France. Hey, Ali.
Bonjour, bonsoir.
Yes, bonjour.
Est-ce que vous êtes prêts? I should have said that in the beginning. That was part of my intro. I missed it.
Yes, right?
Well, I get it just for you, just for you.
Right. Give us the French intro,
um,
sis.
coming to Gambia and
Yes.
Senegal in September.
Oh, nice.
Hey,
Hey, yes. Let us
for sure,
know.
for sure.
Let us know
Especially if you
when you're about
treat
to
me. No,
touch. Yes, let us know when you're about to touch down so we can see how we
mm-hmm.
can link. Yep. Yes,
Yeah,
we can go
and it's
live.
like it feels like the only way to be, and I was there and I was doing the same thing. So I'm not. Everybody has their own way of processing, their own way
Yeah.
of dealing, their own solutions. But it's just like I just feel like people are not happy, yo. Like I was talking to my bro. You remember Brian when he was here,
Mm-hmm.
and he was just like, I need to get out and like shut it off, and just because
Yeah.
he's talking to people and like he travels a lot. So like people that travel, I feel like or been exposed to outside of the states, get it a little more, you
Yeah.
know.
Because
And
they can
so he's
see
like,
the difference. Yeah.
he's like, he's like, I just want to go off grid. He's like, I'm talking to people, and people are like, oh, people living paycheck to paycheck, or they're like, oh, they're afraid to ask for a raise, or they're like, oh, I don't want to get a new, I don't make enough money, and they be complaining, but it's like, well, get another job. And he's like, nah, because I don't want them to call my old boss or my boss, and like you don't have a right to seek happiness, or you don't have a right to like you like I just feel like black people and the lady I was talking to that was here from she's from New York. She was like, we have low self-esteem. Like we don't think we deserve better. Like our
Mm.
situation as a culture is like a woman or a man who think that they can't do no better
Yeah.
than who they with. Like, well, he don't beat me like he used to, or he
Yeah.
don't, he ain't. He's at least he's there for the kids, and I could just deal with the verbal abuse. It's like we think that's good enough, and if we don't see other things, then then we think that that's the best we can get, and we just try to make do with it. And
Yeah.
it's depressing. I talked to my other homeboy called and was like, how you doing? And my kid's in the pool. I'm about to jump in the pool with her. I'm like, I'm good. Like, business is going good. Like, we're progressing. I'm making friends. I'm getting my health together and
Mm.
stuff. And it's like I really can't complain about nothing. And then I ask him like, how are you doing? I'm trying to be like upbeat and stuff. And he's like, well, it is what it is. Like, and it's like
Oof.
I can't accept that for my people. Like,
Yeah.
it's just, it's
It's
like,
it's so strong what you're saying, because even for me, like the only time that I disconnected from everything is when I realized that I had to tunnel vision in order to get out of America. So for those last like 5 years, I was just like, okay, nothing is going to change. They're going to do the same shit. This guy who did this is the thing. But what I am going to do, I have to get off of social media when the trial starts, because it's the same shit. Everybody's going to be on the edge of the seat looking for the
oh
trial. And when they
God.
don't give him what he deserves, we're going to go crazy. You're going to see the parents and the family members, but they're going to be crying on the TV screen. And it's just, I won't be able to do it. But other than that, it's like, Yeah, I had to do the same thing. I had to really disconnect only to get here. It's like my thing is like I'm a solution person. So it's like when there's a problem
Thank
and
you.
there's a
Yes.
solution, it's just like you guys, you know, like
And then it's like, don't complain and don't, if you're not gonna do anything because you can't control nobody else. You can only
exactly.
control you. If you don't
Yes.
like your job, start a business or start a career or do something else
Yes.
or
Make something
but like
shake. Like just make the so what if you're afraid of this, you're afraid of that. Something has to change. Like you so
mm-hmm,
you're just gonna stay there and stuck and just do the same thing. It doesn't matter the risks. If you don't like it, if you're not happy, if you are
mm-hmm.
depressive, if you're going in and out of depression, do something to make it change. Like I
And
don't even know how much to say that.
you could tell that people are unhappy, dude. Like it's like I feel sometimes I feel bad. Like I feel that kind of guilt, like I want better for other people, but I can't force it on them. And I want them to be eating healthier. I want them to not have fibroids. I want them to not like be working, however many hours, 80 hours a week and like
Mm-hmm.
just to pay a mortgage. And so it's like I felt like this week that I have to detach from more and more people. Like I feel myself mentally growing apart from people. Like I got
Yeah.
my homies, and we could talk about old reruns of shows that we used to watch and stuff or stuff like that. But it's like the direction that I'm going with my life now, it's like if you're not going that way, I can't let you hold me back there. And I
Mm-hmm.
can't see you. I can't just keep watching you suffer either. So
Right.
it's like, say what's up real quick.
Yeah.
Hi, Dela.
Hey, Yassine. How
Show her
are
your teeth.
you?
Oh wait, show her your teeth. She can't see you. Go this way. There you go.
Ooh. Whoa! You look so gorgeous. Girl, you look gorgeous with the missing teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Look at you growing. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Okay, go.
um
I'm working.
okay,
Go.
my bad. Hold on one second, because this the rest
You do
the
what you
guy
gotta
has to
do.
prove
This
it.
is Repat No Cap.
Yes, no cap. Okay, hold on, yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna say what's up to the peoples in the comments. Let's see. AB, yeah, we became a robot. Yes. That's the only way to survive, sadly, to not feel anything. You gotta be numb. And it's like I'm just tired. Like I'm just tired of everything over and over and over.
I play.
Ariane Cooper says everything is limited.
Ooh, yeah. Okay.
Ariane Cooper says everything is limited.
Oh, yes, that's right. Yeah, that's true, man. It's like they have us in this box there, like on so many levels. We know that we're the only ones in the world that don't automatically speak a second language. We're the last ones to
Mm-hmm.
get a passport. It's just like, and
Yep.
not like that's Americans, period. But then we know Black
Mm-hmm.
Americans, it's like another level for us because I was just telling my little sister this actually. She's 19 and she's in the States.
Mm-hmm.
And I was explaining to her how it's kind of like for Black Americans, when we hear that if we have a Black friend that has family outside of America that they're visiting, it's like,
Mm-hmm.
like that's the only time you really get out, unless someone around you just says, hey, let's go on vacation or something. But most of the time that's not happening. It's like you got to have some type of family member or friend because we don't have any connection. We don't understand, we don't know that our roots are here. So it's just like they got us
Mm-hmm.
in a box on so many levels. It's crazy. Oh, okay. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh. You need 1,000 for what? Y'all gotta wait till Trey get back. I don't have no cash. No cap.
No cap. That's
And
how we do. But yeah. So I was like I've been real triggered, and when you watch certain stuff, then other stuff pop up that have to do with it.
right,
So I
right.
seen somebody talking about, I guess this happened a year ago, but did you ever hear about three brothers that all got smoked in the same week in Louisiana? I think it
Blood
happened
brothers?
last year. blood brothers, three brothers, the
Uh-uh.
whole fam, all the kids, but like on different days.
What?
Yeah,
No.
so they was planning the funeral for one, and then the other two got killed. And like they wasn't like how people say, "Oh, gang." No, they wasn't nothing. Like they showed some home videos of them, like just gentle giant type of dudes, like family, like And it's like
Mhm.
they had a triple funeral for them, boom, just like that.
Oh, oh my
Yeah,
God. Oh
and
my God. That
that's
would
the
have took
that's the
me
thing.
away.
It's like a war zone that people are just like acting like it's not because
Yeah,
everything's
because
spaced out.
yes. We're so like it reminds me of that quote from Harriet Tubman when she talked about how like she would have freed more slaves if they had
Mhm.
known that they were slaves. It is so
Mhm.
that statement is so relevant to this because it's like
Mhm.
we really like even when I'm talking to my friends, I have to tell them like you understand that when I'm talking to people here and I'm talking about the different scenarios I have been in when it comes to guns or I've been around. You
Mhm.
know, my brother
Mhm.
almost got shot twice in at the mall in a rich neighborhood in Atlanta. Like just being so close to stuff like that. I'm like, you understand that when we're here and we're talking to people that are not from America or haven't been, this is like a movie to them. Like this is how I have to
Mhm.
tell my American friends, like this is not normal. It's not happening. And they'll be like, oh, it happens everywhere. No, literally, I'm telling you, it does not happen everywhere else. It's only happening there. Like, yes, that is it. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
crazy how disconnected they have us. And it's just like the media is powerful. It's like this loop. And we've been doing this loop forever. We just changed the thing. It used to be lynching, now it's guns. So it's just like same thing, different tool.
I'm gonna share this video in the chat right quick.
Okay.
Um, natural Ghana girl did a video with an interview with a dude that's in Ghana.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, yeah. A dude that's in Ghana. He's an American dude from Chicago. I'm assuming from the
Mm-hmm.
South Side. I don't know for sure, but and he has a restaurant there. He's doing well. He got a college degree. He got a business in the States, like truck driving or something, and he got a restaurant in Ghana
Oh,
doing it
nice.
up. And he ain't even been there a year, and his stuff is
Ooh.
fly. Like he got a restaurant in Accra. It's like having a restaurant in Dakar, and
Yes,
you only
right.
been here like yeah.
Yeah.
So dude, first she interviewed him about his restaurant and moving to migrating, and she's British, but a British Ghanaian, but
Oh.
then I guess she was talking to him off camera and decided to do another interview because the stuff he was telling her about life in America, she was just like mind blown. And like I know there's hoods in the UK, but she might not necessarily be from that. And the UK has a lot of immigrants, Caribbean and African, so first second generation is tops. It's not
Right.
like many of people have been there for centuries and centuries,
Mm-hmm.
like us. So it's a different vibe. But you have like two family households, probably people migrating together. They there for a goal and they working towards it. So it's different than being forced to be brought here and being
Right.
oppressed and everything else. So
Right.
he was telling her about like he's an intelligent dude, but like this
Mm-hmm.
dude for what he went through and what was around him, he should be dead. Like
Right.
little kid, latchkey kid, they leave guns in the alley. He was talking about they used to find crates of guns in the alley. The police would leave in the middle, like for kids to play with, like toys. Yes, and that was her face, and she
Oh
was
my
like, "What?"
God.
And he's talking about taking people's life and because his brother got killed, his cousin got killed, like all these people. He's like, if I didn't, he's the only thing that saved him was barely graduating high school and going to college in another state and seeing other people from other states that moved there. And then it's
Right.
like, oh, New York, y'all have the same thing. Like you meet people and you're like, oh, we all black, but y'all had the same thing in Cali, like and then he kind of was able to explore, go to Caribbean, like you get, and then he ended up going to Africa, like from that. But he's like, if he never got exposed, he would have still been in Chicago and like either on drugs, dead.
Right.
He's like, you go to jail, your cousins is in there, your dad is in there, like it's not
Yes.
nothing.
Yes. Yes.
So people was hating in the comments like my life in America wasn't like that because he was saying 90% of us are affected by this kind of stuff in some way, and it's like you got to deal with your own people, because y'all all miserable. And so misery loves company. So you hurt the people that's next to you. And then
Right.
if you go out somewhere trying to succeed, you got these people against you too. But he was
Right.
just like, she said, but how can you? It was so cute the way she was. She was just like, 5 years old. She's like, my son is 5, and you're learning. She's like, but your parents are good parents. How did you go down that road? She's like, we learned it from our parents. Like she's like, I was teaching my cousin how to throw gang signs when he was 2, you
Yep.
know.
That was my
And
mom.
so
That's
and
real.
but like people were like, it's not all America is like that, and his perspective, and it's like it's not his perspective, it was his reality.
Yes,
But like
no. Like the
people were
thing is
getting
that not only is that like you don't necessarily have to like be in the crumbs of the hood, the gritty
mhm,
to experience
mhm,
that. But if you aren't, that doesn't you're not safe. That doesn't like people. I hate whenever these type of situations happen, like when someone gets
mhm,
gunned down and they make it
mhm,
like then they have to be like, oh well, what was he doing? What was it? The point is that this is crazy. This is not
mhm,
normal. Like it doesn't matter, none of that matters. We can go through scenario and scenario, and it's happening out
mhm,
there at an alarming rate. And the thing, this is how I explain it to my friends too. Like, just
mhm,
take one story. Just take one story, like the one that just happened in New York. And if that would have happened here in Dakar, do you
mhm,
know the response we would be getting? People would be like, oh my
mhm,
God, you got to get out. Did you hear about somebody that came into the store in Senegal? I seen you on YouTube. You're out there. They're coming. Like, it would just be the most crazy thing. And this thing happens every month. This kind of stuff happens all the time in
in
America.
every single large city, every single one, and
Yes.
that's what he was saying, and like he was talking about slavery and history and like the a little bit of the Jim Crow and stuff, and it's like you know it's everything is set up against us. It's not just like he's like everybody got trauma. Nobody's got it. Didn't let me post a link, so you guys can
Yeah.
just go to her channel, um but it's really it was really moving to me, and I'm like it made me reflect. Like I didn't grow up in the gutter hood like that. But as a black person growing up in a black neighborhood that was in between where the black affluent live and the hood, like I was right in the middle.
Right.
So we was okay. Parents was probably divorced or married or whatever the case may be, and all mixed in
Mm-hmm.
between. But it's
Mm-hmm.
like them bullets don't care. Like what street you on. Like people drive
Exactly.
and shoot. People drive and shoot where I'm from. But like, we tell ourselves, oh, well, it's in that area, that pocket. Don't go over there. But it's people who live in that pocket who don't have a choice. They was born there.
Right.
And
Right.
you know, it's just crazy. Like I think about all the people that I know who've been murdered, co-workers, the co-workers' grandbabies. Like it's just like
It
and
doesn't
and
make
people
sense that how many of us know someone or know someone that knows someone that or have ourselves have been in a scenario
somebody in
where
your
we're
high
close to
school.
death.
I think my mom told me, when she was in junior high or young, like she grew up in Watts.
Mm-hmm.
And at that time it was people from the South that had moved there. So it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't necessarily like rough like during the 80s, how, when the drugs came. But somebody did get killed. Like in the 70s, it did happen, or in the 60s
Yeah.
or whatever. But she was like, well, I just thought, because he was living this kind of lifestyle. That's what I told myself, like I attribute to. And I'm like, what made them live that lifestyle? Because in this interview, people was like, the dude was like, the drugs, the people didn't buy the drugs. He's like, the train will stop in the hood for like 10 minutes. They leave the door unlocked. Kids don't have nothing to do. They don't have a park to play. They open the thing, guns. He said that happened to him several times. They would be
Yes.
playing a big crate of just guns. They're like toys. They're like,
Yeah.
okay, cowboys shoot them,
They do it
whatever.
just like they did the drugs. Mm-hmm.
hmm
It's a whole
Because he's
setup.
like, who in the hood got a passport to go to Colombia or
Right.
wherever? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But so because this interview, he's like saying everything all in that one interview. Because like we know this stuff, But when you hear it all together, it's like so impactful. It's
Yeah.
like dang. And so all this, I've been exposed to all this throughout this week. And then yesterday, you know about this. Um, we received information from someone else who's American that lives here, I believe, and it just like rocked me. Like you could tell them what you could tell them whatever you want to tell them
Yeah.
about that. But
Okay. So yes, we will touch on that because that's a whole thing. I didn't even go out last night because that just disturbed me.
I knew
But
you was upset. Yeah.
yes. But I wanted to say too, one of the things that I think we don't talk about, people don't talk about, that is another like thing to just show us how desensitized we are. It's kind of like tricky because I guess I'm not talking about the people that want to stay. The people that want to stay in America that are getting prepared and that are like, they're going to, because more, I'm seeing that even more this is happening. Not okay, let me take that back. It's not more this is happening. It's just that we're seeing it more. Oh shit. Uh-oh.
It's no cap.
Oh,
She didn't say that, yeah.
oh. No.
Somebody's calling your phone. No, you're fine. You're back. Are you back? Oh, you can't hear. I hear you.
I can hear you. I can hear you. Okay.
Oh, whoo! Don't
Okay.
scare me like that.
I feel like these people that just came from the restaurant, they're gonna end up calling in a minute. Okay. So I think that it's very desensitized for us to prepare our children for war. Like when I see people getting ready with the guns and they're like, they're taking their kids to the gun range and stuff like that. And I get it on one end because if you're going to stay there, you might as well. I don't know who you think you and your family's going to have a shootout with the US government. You guys are going to lose, but you should go out with a fight. And that's just real. Before I understood that I needed to get out of the country, I was on the same thing. So I get it because I wasn't on leaving yet. I didn't even think that was a thing. But for us that want to get out, I just want us to see how crazy that is. Because when we think about movies of like the kids in the Congo that have guns and they're, and they will be shooting, or back in what's that movie, Hotel Rwanda and stuff like that. That's what I see. When I'm seeing that, I'm like, yo, this is fucking insane. So you're telling me that you're just going to stay and you're going to take your 10 and your 9-year-old. And, we're kind of like, we're almost like boasting about it. Like we post videos and pictures and stuff showing that our kids are getting ready for war. This is insane, actually. And they're not going to win. You and your family, it does not have better skills than the U.S. military. So, it just doesn't matter. It's just really crazy.
That's why fighting, I feel like fighting, we've been fighting since Amistad. Like, and where like what would Martin Luther King say if he was here today and seeing George Floyd and seeing, like, he would be giving the same speeches over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. So
everything is just so repetitive. And it's like, the thing is like, okay, you do got to be ready. I tell Americans all the time, like, you crazy if you just walking around there unstrapped. That is crazy. But at the same time, if you're not trying to get out, like, because the thing is like, these are children though. Like, they're children. They want to be kids. Like, can you imagine being a child and having to, like, what are our children thinking? Like, I have to get myself ready. My dad or my mom has to take me to the gun range so I can get ready to defend myself. Like, that is really insane. They're supposed to be focused on being kids. So,
and the difference is, like, in Rwanda and wherever there was, wars, like in other countries that we like to talk about, like, those people don't have access to passports. And I know in the States, people don't always have access or qualify for passports or can afford a passport and so forth and so on. But it's like, some people can get Jordans. So, I mean,
them 60-inch TVs, all that.
So, like, the cable package every month, like, and so it's not like you can't, like, people say, oh, my job, oh, whatever. And it's like, okay, then you really don't want to do nothing. So then just like, don't, like, I just don't want to hear the rhetoric that we always hear, like, from back in the 60s and the 70s and the 80s and the 90s. It's like, and then we find out 30 years later, 20 20 years later, oh, it was a setup by the CIA, FBI, whatever they,
Yes,
whatever.
yes,
And it's
every time. Oh my God.
the
Exactly.
the
Like,
USDA.
yes, you notice how like they put like they said like the guy had these are your reparations or whatever. Like, come on, like y'all just this is done on purpose. These things, even putting emphasis on stuff like that, it is all a setup. It's all a setup to just keep on triggering us, to just keep us in the same mindset. Like we're really out there like helpless. We really just
Mm-hmm,
like there's no way out. There is a way
mm-hmm,
out, y'all. There's a way out.
mm-hmm.
We're here. So
Even if
yeah,
we
man.
wasn't, even if we wasn't black, the violence there is just way too much.
Exactly.
But
I was like, for white people are done with it. They moving out. I will never forget this
they,
conversation I had years before I thought about moving out of Africa. I was working at Dish Network, and it was a white man, and him and his family had moved to Egypt. So he was cutting off his cable. And I was like,
uh-huh.
why are you got like that's I'm just trying to talk during dead air, so I'm
People
like,
ask
wow,
me the
Egypt,
same
that's
thing when
so
I cut
far.
my cable.
Really?
Yeah, they were
Yes.
interested.
Yes. And so I'm like, wow, you guys, you move your family all the way to Egypt. That is far. Like you're all the way in Africa. He's like, yeah. I'm like, what's the reason? And he's like, man, if only you knew what's about to start happening in America. He's like, I can't even say all this on this recorded line. But he's like, I had to get, this is so long ago. This was like
Mm-hmm.
12 years ago. This was a long time ago. And
Wow.
so he was like, he's like, he can't even say it. He's like, just get ready because things are about to go down. He was talking about not just the violence, everything with the money, the inflation. And I mean, how
Mm-hmm.
are we having, how is it that babies can't eat right now? Like babies,
The
they eat
education
baby
is,
formula. How do you
yeah,
have a
the
baby
education
formula
is going
shortage?
backwards. We revising history yet again.
Yes. I mean, and then it's like new stuff because America's never seen what has it been like a 7% inflation and they're talking about going up some more. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's the first of in the history of America. So it's just like on all levels, it's just so traumatizing. Like I was explaining to my homegirl that wants to move here. I was breaking down to her what happens to us. I mean, this is for people that just don't got it. If you just got thousands of dollars and you ain't worried about your bills, then this doesn't pertain to you. But if you're
Mm-hmm.
living paycheck to paycheck or almost, then I don't think we realize that when we open up these bills and you see, and you don't know what your bill's like, but you know it's going to be high. And when you open up the bill, like if you pay attention to your energy, it literally shifts. Like your energy will change instantly when you open up that $300 water bill or $200 some dollar electric bill or your 900 however much your rent is or whatever. It's like it really does shift us and we be wondering how we're like short tempered, how we can't focus on our marriages and all these other things. Look at all of this, and then you go on social
We
media
got bills
and
to
you're
pay.
seeing, yes, and then you go on social media and you're seeing this tragedy that happens. It's just like, how
Do
convenient.
you have any, do you have any bills? Do you owe
um
anybody any money?
No, why is all my bills are under $1,000? I'm so happy about that. Like
But are they,
every
but
one of my bills.
are they really bills though? Or do you pay in advance?
What for? Like what my rent and
Like
stuff.
your expenses, like, because like you said, your energy, how it changed when you owe money. It's like it's one thing
Right,
to owe money, but it's a different dynamic to be like, I gotta put gas in the car, I gotta pay for
right.
this taxi, I gotta pay for my laundry to get washed, or I gotta pay my housekeeper. It's like one thing to have to pay something, but it's, or I gotta recharge my phone, but it's not a bill. Like the
Yeah.
psychological part of that
Yes.
for me is way better. Like if I don't put money on my phone, then I just don't have I just don't have
Right.
no
You're
money.
not going to get a
If I
late payment where you got to pay more because you couldn't pay. Exactly. It's so
It's
different.
like that punishment thing. If you don't pay, we're gonna take it away, and then it's
Yes.
like you feel like you're gonna lose something, but it's like nah. I have control to get what I want. I'm not dependent on this to the point that like if I don't, what bills do we have? I don't even know. We don't have. Like
I
as
know.
far as like where they come, like there is, there are water bills. Like we pay the water bill for the village where everybody share
I
right
pay
now.
like $5 every 2 months for my water.
Thank you. Thank you. And if
And
you
it is, and
even if
like,
you
and
don't
I
pay
know
it,
because, huh? You
no,
said
even
what?
if you don't pay it, like nobody's gonna knock on your door and arrest you or anything
Yes,
like
exactly,
collections. Like
exactly.
no, they just wait
Yes,
till you pay.
yeah,
They don't turn it off
exactly.
either. They, you
No, that's
know.
so real. And I noticed the difference because I remember feeling like that. I remember having to do my own little thing with myself to make sure that that didn't happen. So now
Mm,
being here, and I mean, I've never been happier. I think I told you this before. I'd be happy paying my rent. I'm like, two, one, two. You know, I'm counting out the bills. I've never, like, when do you see that? Like, I'm excited to pay my bills. Like
mm-hmm.
that's a vibration rise right there. Like that means that oh, this just made me think about this. There's this video on YouTube. It's called what's it called? Whitewashed, unmasking a world of whiteness. And I'll never forget the quote that this white lady said. And she said the difference between me, me being white and other black people here in America is that
Mm,
what they, the parts of their brain where they have to worry about survival and being safe and stuff, that
mm,
part of their brain that is occupying those thoughts and that fight or flight, that's, I'm using those parts to go on vacation, to spend time with my family, to da 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 da. And it's that documentary is really good. It's called
wow.
Whitewashed, Unmasking a World of Whiteness. And it is just the white people telling the flat out truth about being in America. It is the most rawest documentary. And it is like, it will just give you chills throughout the whole thing. But that just made me think of that. It's like, we don't realize how much of our brain time, our brain power is used for fight or flight, for survival things.
Mm-hmm.
It's so
That's
crazy.
and that's what causes diseases in the body
Mm-hmm.
because your body, like you're not supposed to feel 24/7 or 10, 12
Yes.
hours a day like you're being chased by a tiger. But
Yes.
when the police drive by, like you know how the moms can lift the baby from under the car, like they get that instinct, like that
Yeah.
whatever where you got strength. Like we're not supposed to feel like that all the time. After
Yeah.
you lift that car off that baby, you don't your adrenaline is rushing, so you don't feel it until after. So this is
Right.
why people who be working in jobs that be like, I gotta pay my bills, I gotta get this done, I gotta so I don't get fired, so I don't, and then they retire. It's like they've been lifting a car off a baby for 40 years and then
Right.
they let go.
Holding it.
So their body's like, the adrenaline goes away and your body's like, oh, let's have a stroke now
Yeah.
because all the stuff you was just doing. And
That's
so
true.
that's why people get cancer more, they get
Mm-hmm.
endometriosis more, they get
High blood
fibroids more,
pressure, all that.
they
Mm-hmm.
get high blood pressure. Hello. And
Yes.
like
It's so real.
everything, like somebody was telling me, the lady that was here actually, she was like her friends like 40 years old, all of these people getting heart attacks and homies and
They
stuff,
be
and people
young.
just
They
like,
be my age and stuff. I'm like, why?
that's
That is
crazy.
crazy. Hold on one second, sis. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
is Trey
Yeah,
here?
thanks.
Okay, when Trey gets here, tell him to send 5,000 to India Gate.
I'm gonna leave
Just,
the
just, tell, just
title
tell him to
of
come to the
that.
door. Tell him.
I tried to put. I think I tried to put the title of that video. No, I tried to put the link for that video, but because it's not my live, I couldn't put the link. So I'm gonna put the title of
Oh, okay.
The Ghana girl video in there for anybody who want to see it. So
We can put it in the
it's
comments
I
too, or in the description
yeah,
at
it's
the
like
end.
I knew. Yeah, oh, that's true. I knew I'd die if I stayed in America. That's what it's called. Yeah.
Oh, I seen that title come up on something.
Uh
Maybe it
huh.
was maybe it was YouTube. I must have seen it come up on YouTube.
Maybe I think I posted it on my page
Oh, okay,
too,
okay.
or shared it. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, man,
But
it's
it's
insane.
really moving, and it's like it's stuff that you can't deny. Like you can't deny the history. You can't deny
Yeah,
that the government is involved in tearing us down. As like
yeah,
keeping, he talked about keeping the men out the home, like where the dads were, because
yes,
if
right.
you wanted to get welfare and you
Yep, you
want this
gotta
money and you
lie
don't
or
want to lose it, they use that same tactic. You'll lose this money if you want this man in your
yeah,
house.
yeah.
So you got to pick.
It's like
And
Tupac
they wasn't
said.
giving that same time, they wasn't giving black men jobs on purpose. They was giving jobs to black women. So it's like I'd rather keep the welfare because he's not working right now. So,
Mm,
it's like you gotta choose how I'm gonna
exactly.
feed these kids.
That's real.
It's all
Oh,
systemic, yo.
look, H. Blesso said, I took y'all's advice this past week to get out of my situation, sort of. Okay. Oh
Oh,
my goodness.
I'm trying to remember what she said last week because I know we told her what did we say?
We was just like, get out.
Yes. Yeah,
Whatever
she was stressed at
situation.
work. Was she stressed at work? I think it was something like that.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yes,
the
I
movie, the
love
movie
that. I love that
Claudine.
we can even inspire you and help you with that
Yes.
because that's it.
That's why we doing this, man, because
Mhm.
I can't stand to see my family, my friends,
Me
my
either.
people like I just can't be the only one. Like I can't just be living it can't just be me and Daylight out here. Like
Right.
that doesn't set well with me. You know what
Living
I'm
less
like?
stressful. Like my homegirl, she just tagged me in this video about she was like, this is gonna be me when I come and visit. And it was a guy that was on vacation and he was like, oh, like I think it was 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and he was like, I'm going
Mhm.
for drinks, but the place was closed. So my homegirl was
Mhm.
like, this is how I'm gonna be when I'm going on vacation. I was like, girl, this is my life every day though. Like this can happen anytime. Like we can go for drinks any day. You don't have to. I live on vacation. This is living on vacation if that's the case. So it's just like it's not like, and
Yes,
I want us to not even feel.
yes. Go check the door. Go check the door and see if
Oh, okay, she got it.
Auntie's here. Yeah.
And I want for us to
Auntie
not even like
Mosley.
us
I
that
think
are
I hear
over
somebody
here
outside.
and we're able to live this life. I want us to not feel that guilt because the only time that we feel that guilt is from people that are like, oh, you guys are bragging about it or you did it. But the people that like, I'm getting over there, they need to hear this. They need to
Yep.
hear that this is real. I really am less stressed. As a single mom, I need to do a whole video on
Mhm.
why single moms should move to Senegal, like just specifically, like
Mhm.
why single moms should move to Africa. Because
Mhm.
there's this whole thing like it really is less stressful even if I have had my stresses here. Of course life is not peachy every single day and it's not perfect, but I'm not having to come up with $800, $1,000 for my rent and 300 and something for my electric and my water. So it's just not the same. Stress is not even the same over here. It's a different kind of
Mhm.
stress. Why not stress
I,
less?
I don't even recognize the stress. Like
Yeah, right.
it's like to me it's like not even stress. It's like I could be mad or frustrated for a brief moment and then it's gone.
Yes,
Like,
right. Exactly. That's how it is. Because you can just go out on the beach. You can go take a walk. You can it's just the
mhm.
air. I mean, and then I have my African friends are always telling me, I have one friend that's a channeler, and she's like, there's portals here. There are portals here for us to heal from. And that might be too far
Mhm.
fetched from some of y'all, but if you follow me, then then not so much.
Yeah, it's like it's
But
over my head, but okay, but
yeah, right. but there but there's energy centers here just like in America. There's energy centers there because of what happened. Things don't really go away just because it's the past. So it's like
yeah.
you really can feel when a place is, it doesn't matter what level of spiritual you're on or what you believe in, energy is real. So it's like even when I
Mhm.
got to the States and I could feel it, I changed my whole event. It was going to be a different event and I was like, oh my god, there's so much healing, there's so much. It's just like you can feel it. Even my kids, when we moved from LA to Oklahoma, my kids was
Mhm.
like, it's sad here, mama. Like, it's sad. Like, this
Mm.
is sad energy. Like, you can just feel it,
Wow.
So it's different here, y'all. It's different. The
It's
vibration
kind
is
of
high.
like all the people from the South, that migrated like and had kids all, in other parts like California, the New Yorks, the Chicago's. Like whenever people go back south, like my parents would go back, or some of my
Mm,
friends would go back to see their grandparents or whatever.
mm,
And I would always hear stories about how people don't look white people in the eye still. And it's like you got to move out the way. Like, they could tell you from California or you from wherever because you don't respect the like, or you don't follow
yeah,
and I'm like, so you still be doing that, and like you don't realize it because everybody else is doing it. And I feel like
right.
coming here, you can notice when you go back how people accept stuff. The lady that's staying here was like, people when she moved to Boston, and people was telling her like, oh, when the police pull you over here, this is not Florida. When people pull you over here, you got to keep your hands up, don't talk back, don't do this, don't. And I'm just like, this sound like somebody telling, if massa coming, don't, like it just like it just was
Wow.
like,
Yeah.
and it's like, but the
Wow.
way they was telling her, she was like, and you're okay with this? Like, this is just like this. It's just how it is. It's Boston, whatever. Like, and
No, no,
I'm
the
like, it's
comfortability.
it's 2000 something. Like, what do you talk? Like, what? Like, are we accepting this? And people think,
Yeah.
well, it's everywhere in the world. Racism here don't scare me.
Right.
Like like my grandpa when he moved from Mississippi to California, he was like, they could throw bricks through my window all day long. I'm my business is still standing. Like they can call me and tell me to get out of town. What they not shooting people like they and hanging people from trees like they doing in Greenville or Greenwood or wherever. And so I was
Hmm.
like, so it's like, you know, it's just yeah, it's not it's a different level. And just to touch on real quick because I know you gotta go. There was some news. There was an incident that happened here in Senegal that was shared in one of a group that we're in, as far as like with other expats and things like that. And I don't really know what the intent of sharing it was, but I guess the person thought that they would be helpful. But the tone in which they shared it kind of came across like a scary, like, beware, because we come from the States and the news is always like, should you drink coffee? Can it kill you? Will this cause you cancer? Like it could be anything. Are you
So
eating too
true.
much cake? Like everything comes off like that. But when you watch the news from here or you watch the news in Europe, like they just saying like, okay, coffee's not good for you, don't drink it. And it doesn't give you
Right.
that, like we try to make everything entertaining. We watch Snap
Yes.
and
It's like clickbait.
48
It's like they
hours.
want you to,
Yeah,
yeah.
we watch 48 Hours. We watch all this psycho stuff for entertainment, like
Hmm.
documentaries on. That's why they don't kill these people when they get arrested, because they want to write a story and write a book like this.
Yes.
This stuff sells, and so for me, you could say how it affected you. For me, the tone in which the information was shared and the details, someone was hurt here, and they didn't really. There were speculations as to why, and and they stated that the person was American. I think it ended up being a Senegalese that has an American passport, so it's an American citizen, but somebody from here. And it was just a lot of different stuff. So it was like basically, alerting us in the group that this happened to an American with this certain circumstance. Like, and I don't know if they were saying don't go to this neighborhood, or if you're dressed a certain way, or don't, if you fit this profile, basically, like watch
Hmm.
out, kind of thing. And
Hmm.
so I'm already sensitive about Senegal. Not that nowhere is perfect. Everybody's human. But I think that when the conversations kept going, people, oh my gosh, that's horrible. That's sad. Like, but people kind of had this, like how white people say, "Oh, that's so sad. They shouldn't do that." Like, it kind of like seemed like to me an opportunity for some people, because not everybody's here because they want to be. Some people are here for work, or their spouses work,
They spouse,
or
yeah. Mm.
or they don't have a choice or whatever, and they not embrace like any chance they get, the first chance they get to like look down on the people here or the culture here. It's like they have the savior complex or something. Like we need to help these people. Like they're
Yes.
not right. Like they're not tolerant of other types of people and this and that and whatever. And it's like, before you judge as a repat or immigrant, before you judge a culture, I used to get mad all the time. My husband, my brother-in-law, both my brother-in-laws are in the States. When they first came, they was judging Black Americans the way, immigrants that don't know, like, man, they don't work, they don't, a lot of them, they don't want to this and they don't, and that's how a lot of Black people, when they move to Africa, that's how they talk without
Yes.
realizing it. Without,
Yes.
they think, oh, we Black, we
Very
love, we
common.
love,
Yes.
we act just like Europeans when we do that mess.
Hmm.
You know, oh, I love their culture. It's so cool and this. And then in the next breath, I wish they would clean up this, mess.
Yes. It's
I
so
I
dirty here. It's so
I
dirty.
just
I'm
wish
like, have you
they
been to New York? Like,
I just wish they would let women be free and this and that and not. And it's like, dude, half the stuff you see men doing, women don't want to do. They don't want to be in the sun sweating all day in 100 degrees. They want to be inside in the air conditioner, working inside a bank, like, or they want to be inside flossing with they gold on with their housekeeper and stuff. Like
right.
you don't know. Like, but ask a local person. Like when you hear a news story, don't, hey Usman, Nangadef, bro. Like
Mhm.
don't don't judge. And then the thing, the irresponsible part to me was the fact that it was shared and there was kind of details in it, like they said the person was murdered, and they weren't. And it's like we sharing stuff before we know if it's real. And the news story came from France.
Mm-hmm. Didn't even
Feel
come from
so
here.
like, right. And then when you look at, so it's like, we like, it's like we want to be like, Africa's not perfect either, like, oh, we found a flaw, and it's like, who said there wasn't any flaws, like, for real? But are you frozen? Uh-oh. I guess she'll come back. Will she come back? Dun dun. Let me see her phone. Miss Dayla. But anyway, I'll just keep talking and wait till she messages me or something. This might be our intermission, or this might be the end of the show because I think she gotta go. Um, but anyway, my point was that people, Hadim Yang, what's up? My point was that people judge, and it's not just a Caucasian or Tubab or I don't know what's the other word people call Tubabs in the East Coast. Mzungu. It's not just a Mzungu thing. Do y'all speak French? I said, yeah, we do speak French. Is she coming back? Yeah, I speak French. Daylight be doing her thing with the French. Let's see if she's coming back.
You can't hear
Oh,
me.
she's back.
Can you hear me?
Ah, yes.
Okay.
All
I'm like,
right.
can you hear
It was
me?
calling you.
Yes, it's this restaurant. I'm trying to get Trey to call them before they call me back again. And I'm scared to
Mm.
message them. I was going to message and just
Well,
say, yeah, hold on.
is it somebody you want to message? Do I have their number? I can
I
message.
mean, no,
But
it's this restaurant we just ordered from. I mean, can I go
uh,
out and send a message and come back in, or is it gonna like? That's why I don't
I
know.
don't know. I
Oh,
never. I
okay,
never. I think
yeah.
if you
If I keep it up,
I
I
think
mean, it's going
it'll still be going. We probably won't see you through the camera, maybe.
right, right.
But I was just we could wrap up though. We could just go through the comments and I was
Okay,
just saying how people be judging the other culture without knowing the details. It's like I had to explain to my brother-in-laws, like, black people are in this situation because of something. It's not just we just decided to be lazy and not
right,
achieve and not, and
right.
so it's the same thing applies to people here. Like you can't just be like, oh, they don't let the women wear skirts in this. It's like, dude, nobody want to get bit by mosquitoes all day. Like you gotta figure, like, it's certain things that you
Yeah, you
gotta
just don't
learn.
know. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you gotta ask, and don't assume that you're better or that your view is better. Like you can't have the, like, American expectations for other countries or people. But is your phone ringing again? Why are people back there hating on the people that are leaving? I don't get it. What's the cost of online construction? Hey,
You can't hear me?
I hear you now. It froze
Okay.
for a minute, but now it's
Okay,
just
yeah.
slow.
So yeah, we did just want to say I think that we're going to touch on this more because we have other things to talk about when it comes to people being here and how we
Right,
are when we come.
right. Oh, their phone is ringing. Or no, is it ringing again? Uh-uh. Nope. I see you perfectly clear because it was like fuzzy, but now I see you perfectly clear. But nah, they was calling you again. Do you want to come back and just say bye? Wait. Oh, wait. I heard
Okay.
something. Yay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
we,
Okay. Yeah.
we got we
The
got to
mic
wrap.
had went out. They're probably going to call again because they can't. Just be patient. It's only 5,000. Chill out. Um, so yeah, we're gonna touch on that again for sure because we're gonna talk about that a lot because y'all that are coming here, y'all need to get ready for what we be dealing with people that are
Mm-hmm.
here, are people that come and have that same mindset and that like what Aisha was trying to say was how they just shared misinformation. You know, it wasn't even
Mm-hmm.
right. It took
To
me for
scare
a
people.
whole right. I'm never even scared out here. And they had me like, oh shoot, what am I gonna do? And it wasn't even accurate information. So yeah.
Hmm. Okay, I wanna just go through in like 30
Yeah.
seconds. Go through the comments from where we look. So Ace Bledsoe, I wanted to tell her like
Yes.
you need to have more moments like that, sis, because your life is not worth the stress. Like it's not. Whatever you're stressing about is nothing.
That's
Like
right.
you deserve happiness. Happiness is your reparation that is owed to you.
And the thing is that if you're one of the people that really are for real about coming here, it's like if y'all have a goal to come here, don't let that other stuff distract you. You have to tunnel vision. You guys know I tunneled vision for almost 8 years. That means that's a long time to not let
Mhm.
nothing throw you off. I went through divorce and
Mhm.
everything through my move here. You cannot,
Mhm.
absolutely cannot, nobody, not nothing can stop you. So I feel like when you are going through what you're going through in America, whatever it is, but you know
Mhm.
that you're getting out, you kind of
Mhm.
have a thing like it's different when you don't know. When you really think you don't have a way out, you're going to be more stressed. But you know you have a
Mhm.
way out if you someone that wants to get out. You're going to get out. You just
Mhm.
have the tunnel vision.
And this is the thing. Like it's not like, oh, one day I want to move, whatever. Like we're in a state of emergency. We have
Yes.
been for a while. And
Yes.
so this is like we're on refugee fugitives. Like so don't think,
Yes.
okay, I got a plan. Yes, you do got a plan to be responsible, but you could plan to move in 6 months. You could sell everything and be gone.
Give me five, please give me five through
Hey,
the sis.
boom.
Because that's everything. The people that I'm helping move here, like Larita and them, she didn't plan nothing. She contacted me 1 month and was out here the next. So that's how the
Mm-hmm.
people that I've been
And doing
helping
her
here,
thing.
nobody's been
Mm-hmm.
planning. Everybody's been like, hey,
Mm-hmm.
I got to get out. I'm coming. That's a really good point to make because people really do think they have to wait a whole year. And we are in a state of emergency as we have been.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's not regular times. It's not like, okay, I'm gonna lay my ducks in a row, earn some
Right.
extra money and this and that. Find a plan, work on that plan and accelerate it because
Make it happen
your
real
life,
quick.
I mean, your life tomorrow's not promised, especially over there.
Yes.
Um, Let me see. I love you guys so much. I'm 26 years old and so
Yes.
tuned in. We love you too.
Yes, we love you too. Thank you. I love how old you are with that mindset. Yes.
Yes.
You can do it.
You got you got you got you at the perfect time in your life to set yourself upright and not waste no time, like, you know, not waste no time doing what they say, what they set us up to do in the rat racing. Like just you could do so much at this stage in your life with very
Yes.
little to tie you down and hold you back, you know? What's the
Right.
cost of home construction and land outside Dakar? Hit me up. I'm gonna put my website in the chat. No, I can't put my website in the chat. It won't let me put nothing
No,
in your
just send
chat.
it to me. I could put it in the description.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Um.
just whatever we want to link, I could put it all in the description. So y'all can come back and you when you come back to see the live, then you'll see it
Okay. I
all
have an
in the
agent.
description.
I have an agency. Just go to Afro Millennium Mama anything. Just Google it and you'll find me. That's the name of my company, Afro Millennial Enterprise. So why are black people back there hating on the people that are leaving? Nobody's really hating, but it's just you just feel the energy. Like people make it seem like, oh, that's your situation. You can do that because your husband is from there and this and that. Like I
Yeah.
was still gonna leave. I wasn't gonna go here. I was gonna go somewhere, but it's like people make it seem, and a lot of people come here and they don't speak French and they don't, speak Wolof, and they do it. But I think people just act like they don't have a choice, and it's kind of like you feel guilty inside because it's like you're doing good. Like I have to pinch myself all the time. Look at this, man. This is outside. Like I live
Yes.
here, and I'm like, what? Like I don't have to
Yes.
pay every month. Like
Right.
it's just mind blowing to me, and people are happy for me, but at the same time, I feel sad and I feel a little guilty. I don't think people are just like straight up like mad, but people do leave comments where they're like, "Congratulations on your house, but I would tear it down and build it because you build it wrong." Like that. That's people hate
I
in
wanted
little
to, well,
sneaky
that
ways.
message right there, I was like,
People hate in they be doing the sneak dissing and stuff. Do y'all
yes,
speak
right.
French? Dayla, tu parles français?
Un peu, un peu, un peu.
Hmm. Moi aussi, je parle un peu français.
Oui, 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 oui.
um, 500 murders in Philly. Where's the outrage? It's like
Listen,
we too pooped out to be outraged. We too exhausted to be outraged.
we got
But
to be outraged about that too. It's the whole thing is an outrage. That whole giant plantation is an outrage.
what's the name? The dude in the interview was talking about one weekend it was 40 something murders in one neighborhood or city in Chicago or one neighborhood in
Oh yeah, I
Chicago,
did see that
and then
500
and then
last year in Philly or something.
and then it And then he's like, but next weekend it snowed. It was only like 3 because it snowed. People was inside. But then when it got hot again, like it was like during the winter, and one day was 80 degrees and 40 people got murdered or something like. And it's just crazy. Atmosphere. Hey, atmosphere.
Yeah.
I hear children play all day with no sound of gunshots. No, not at all. Not at
Oh,
all.
where's it? Right, exactly. They're all out. They're
What part of Africa are you guys in? Oh, Chiquita, we're in Senegal, dear. We're in Senegal. Uh,
all
uh-oh.
outside, just having a
There you are.
ball.
I hear you now. Yeah. Yeah. What do y'all think about going back to the slave coast, though? What about that energy? Hi, Antebellum. You're back. Oh wait, your voice went in and out. I don't know what happened. Not now. I was hearing you. I don't know. Going back to the slave coast. My energy's good. No, I can't hear you. I can't hear you, love. No, that was the last comment anyway. But yeah, the slave coast. I don't know. You would have to explain that because I don't know what the slave coast is. The coast where there were slaves working, or do you mean where the people were captured and kidnapped and stuff? 'Cause ain't nothing like American soil with all the genocide over there. But the energy here is nice. Hubby and I have been working on our plans for quit sometime. I had a stroke. Whoa. So now I'm in the midst of recovering. Dang. You recover better when you get out, for real. Get you some moringa and some kinkiliba tea and stuff. Like, and some sun. Man. Oh, I'm sorry you had a stroke. But, yeah, the sound's still not coming. You want to do sign language and say bye? Peace out, deuces. Because you got to go and have fun at your day party. It's not going to be day by the time you come. Anyway, y'all, Dayla says bye. She loves you very much. Thank y'all for tuning in. Next week we got a surprise for y'all. We are taking Repat No Cap on the road to a special destination that we will not tell y'all until you see us again. So we're excited. We love you guys. Um, Chiquita, hit me up for the citizenship, Afro Millennial Mama at gmail.com, and I'll put it in the comments too. But see y'all on the next video. All right, Daylight, have fun. Peace out.